Some people say that a book is just an expensive business card. This is something we've chatted about it before, but today I've got a special guest that is going to explain just how powerful that business card can be. Aki, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kim.
So Aki, you are a customer relationship specialist.
That's right.
And you have written several books.
That's right. Doing number 10 now, finishing it off.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you bought 3 for us to look at, but I think that this one is probably your oldest one, the very first one that came out, correct? And that's Delighting Your Customers.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about why you decided to produce this particular book.
Okay, a book can have value at so many different levels. Okay, we all know about, it gives you a sense of authority. It gives you some extra source of income. It's not always great, depending on where and how you publish, but there's a lot of value that can come from the book. But for me, the value also lies in one of the most basic human qualities, which is the whole idea of reciprocity. Okay, so what happens is that if you give something for nothing without any motivation, people feel kind of a sense of obligation. And it's not about doing it to manipulate. I've given away many more books where there's nothing that's happened. The wheel theoretically turns, but it doesn't always turn, and that's okay. But what happens is that by giving somebody something of value, okay, then they feel that sense of, I need to do something in return. And so for me, it obviously leads to business, okay, where people book me to then come and help them with their organization. But it also has led to referrals, many referrals. And it's amazing for me how long people keep these things. A business card could, be thrown away in a sort of spring cleaning type thing. But people will hardly ever throw a book away. And so I've been using it since the very beginning to open doors to clients, to help them feel that I want to give them some value without asking anything in return. And because I'm not the best salesperson in the world, okay, it's a subtle way of, as I said, opening doors, but also giving that sense to people that I'm not just here to take your money. I'm here for something much deeper than that. And it fits in, of course, very nicely with what my mission is, which is to positively touch the lives of everybody I encounter. So, as I said, it adds value on so many levels, a book, depending on what your motivation is.
I like about this one, there's got a lot of little quirky quotes, things that we can think about. And I know for me, when I'm reading books, sometimes I just don't have the time. But this particular one is quick. You can read 1 page a day, and it can just help you in terms of motivation.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
you printed a lot of these books.
That's right.
And you self-published these ones.
So the very first book I did was published traditionally and then distributed traditionally. And, every few months I'd get an insult, is what I used to call them, from the publishers, okay? And I know it's a very selfish way of thinking, but I'd say to myself, gee, I'm the author, I did all the work, and I'm getting nothing out of this financially. And it's not only about financial, okay? There's nothing like the feeling when a friend or a client calls you and says, hey, I was at Cape Town Airport